Welcome back everyone to another episode of Close to Scratch. Today, if you guys are new to the channel or just stumbling across here, don't click away. This is the channel where I go from a horrible golfer to a halfway decent one. And you're asking why? It's because there's $160,000 if I'm somehow able to make that work. So without further ado, this is long overdue, but today we're going to be taking a little bit of a tour of my at-home golf simulator setup. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your golf tips so you can see me get down to a single-digit handicap. Starting right off here, easiest and most obvious thing is going to be the SkyTrack, which is what we're using to get all of our data, swing data, whatever the hell. SkyTrack is pretty awesome. I got one of the older models. The only thing that I don't like about it is that sometimes the shot shapes I really believe are extreme in both ways. So it's either way overhooking or it's somehow fading, even though I know for a fact I hit a hook. Outside of that, the spin I think is never good. I tried getting these RCT balls. I don't know what the hell they are, but supposedly they're good for this laser situation. Hasn't seemed to really make too much of a difference. Moving along here, you guys will see the turf that we got here. Picked this up off of somebody on OfferUp. The turf is actually pretty great. You're gonna notice quickly that I don't have a hitting mat, and there's some reason being to that. I bought a hitting mat on Amazon and I just didn't love it. I didn't like what it kind of felt like. So I ended up buying a really nice one, and that was over a month ago. Probably 6 weeks now, and it never came in. So I'll figure out what the company is and I'll probably put it here. They're awful, bad service, paid for it, never got it, haven't given me an email. So outside of that, like I said, I'm hitting off of this turf, which isn't great. I guess it's gonna mimic, Bermuda. The bristles on this turf is really catchy. The one thing I will say is that just under this turf, although you cannot see it, is the rubber mats that you'd find at most of your CrossFit style gyms. It's just what we felt like was gonna do the best at protecting, obviously, the beautiful hardwood that is under this. We put a layer of whatever they use for the carpet, that little foam. Then we put the rubber mats, which is I think 5 or 6 of them we bought, which were 4x6. And then we ended up putting the turf right above it. Works pretty well. It saves my elbow. Don't really get too much tendonitis or golfer's elbow. If you guys come along a little closer down here, you'll see we have little putting holes all around on the 4 corners of the map. Moving along, this is our protective barrier for the walls and the ceiling. It's pretty much just like a foam insulation thing. Pretty nice. The only bad thing is it's this reflective kind of like microwave color, which I'm not a fan of. We're supposed to put a black linen almost over it just to give it the more of a mirrored resemblance with the rest of the room, which as you guys can see is a beautiful black that we love. But haven't gone around to doing it, kind of just got so excited that it finally got done that we just kind of left it as it is. But that's something that's definitely on the scale next. This whole, as you guys can see, this style of stuff pretty much wraps the entirety of the space. If you guys come in tight here, you'll see that we have more of this lining in between our hitting impact screen. Excuse me, this is gonna be loud and obnoxious. You guys will see that's actually a little bit of an interesting thing. Some people like to anchor these down. What ended up happening with us was we unfortunately had to build out a forward frame that came about 8 to 12 inches from the back wall. As you guys can see right above you, we have the Optomo, the projector. This was the most expensive piece of the entire system here. This one cost on sale, I believe, $1,200. But the reason it's important to have is because it is a short throw projector. That's really important in a small compact room like this to get a halfway decent picture that we're getting here. The biggest thing is that it's 4K 60, and that's really what we wanted. We wanted to have the nicest quality picture. As you guys can see, I'm pretty satisfied with the picture here. Although it's not perfect, it's not perfectly square, this is the closest I'm gonna get. The one thing I will notice in this project, and almost anything in life, nothing will ever be up to the standard of perfection that you set for it. It's about getting as close as you can to it. The only time you're able to do that for the most part is if you have infinite money, which we don't have, so we're gonna make with what we have. Powering this whole system is a very sketchy situation over here, but it is what we got. We have our little laptop screen here. This is a very, very powerful laptop. It's a GTX 4080. If you know anything about gaming, then probably know that's an RTX, 4080. Love it quite a bit. And it's the laptop I use. I like that if we have company over, it's as easy as just unplugging the HDMI cable and I get to remove this, and just like that, it's out of the way. But yeah, all of this is pretty much our setup. We run the only wire, which is the HDMI cable, as you guys can see, black on black. And that's kind of our system. All in all, if I'm not mistaken, this whole project we were into with being built, I think just shy of $4,000. And for an at-home system, I feel like that is by far and away one of the cheapest. All that to be said, I'm really satisfied with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoy this little setup tour. The one thing that we didn't mention here is all of the clubs that I have here. These are clubs that I'm currently using, clubs that I have used, and clubs that we use for videos and stuff like that. So big fan of this setup. Big shout out to Stephanie. She got me, my partner, she got me this as a Christmas gift. Keeps everything super organized and it looks really nice, and that way this little bit of area doesn't feel as ridiculous as it probably usually is. Let's hit a nice shot and bid you all a farewell. A little thin and a little into out, but hey, it works. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.